and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, make sure to click that subscribe button, and for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave. You guys can see I'm back in the beauty room because girl, you know, actually I don't really like filming in here anymore. One of the reasons why is because first of all, this room is really tiny, and to have these bright lights and like be sitting in front of bright lights at such close proximity, that really fucks with my makeup, okay? But also, like, I've really enjoyed doing all the other videos for you guys. I've really enjoyed doing like mukbangs, and I've enjoyed doing vlogs, so I kind of redirected my attention to that. But being in this room, you know, it's got a lot of fun memories. Guys, you know what, I'm 2 glasses in for Hennessy, so please guys. And I'm drinking Hennessy with soda water. Drinking Hennessy with soda water is like being punished for something you didn't do. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, but it's for weight loss purposes, so I mean, I guess. So as you guys can see, we are back today with another story time, and I know a lot of you guys are wondering why I'm not filming it with a mukbang, because the last few story times, that's what I've been doing. But I do realize that there are some people, as much as they enjoy my content in terms of the story time aspect, they don't really enjoy the mukbang, so I kind of decided to separate it just this once, so that, you know, people who don't enjoy them get to enjoy the story aspect of it. But yeah guys, I'm back. I'm filming in this room. I actually miss being in here, but yeah, like, without rambling too much, I'm just gonna get right into it. If any of you have anything to say about my frontal, you're probably right. You are probably right. Does it look a little bit tacky? Probably. Do I not know how to lay my frontal? Probably. But what you're not gonna do is go in the comments and tell me shit, okay? I'm also going through a lot right now, and I chose to film with this frontal, okay? If anyone wants to know where I got my hair, I got it from Emporia Luxury Hair. Please check her out on Instagram. She's an absolute angel, literally, according to her name. And this was I have no idea what this was, but I will leave the details down below. And if anyone wants to know about my makeup, Hermosa Flor Cosmetics, without a shadow of doubt. Right, without rambling too much, I'm just gonna jump into the story. I know that a lot of you guys say that I tend to ramble in the beginning, so I'm just gonna cut things short and really just try go according to what you guys enjoy watching. And I'm really sorry if I ramble, but I'm a rambler naturally. Now, before I tell the story, I just wanted to be known that I obviously did get like approval from the party in question to tell the story. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to tell it, because at first I was just like, again, it's me and Clown Academy, me and the Clown Chronicles, you know. But eventually I just decided, you know, whatever, man, it just happens. These things happen. And I think part and parcel as to why I ended up telling the story, and it actually happened like a while ago, but I've kind of been debating telling it, because I don't know, you know, I can't have you guys knowing how much of a clown I really am in real life, so I don't know. But anyway, I got approval from the party in question to tell the story, and I'm going to tell you what happened and how I was being treated like a clown. As a matter of fact, I'm treated like a clown a lot. A lot. I'm treated like, you know, it's just my ex-love. It's like getting bitten by a dog. Once a dog bites you, a dog will forever bite you. So once you get cheated on, you'll forever get cheated on. That's my theory. And that sounds like it's realistic. Guys, I'm just so smart, like, you know? Alright, so the story by the title of the video happened. Okay, I'm just gonna need to give the characters some names. Now, I'm not gonna tell you the timelines of when it happened, because I don't want you guys to kind of figure out what's going on, but you guys will eventually kind of figure out who I'm talking about if you guys have been watching my channel for a long period of time. Anyway, it is me, your girl. So there was a point where obviously I was single for some time. I had broken up with was it Jomo or Jabu, whatever I called him, and I was going through my single phase. But this was a lot more recent, so this wasn't in 2019. I'm just not gonna tell you guys what it was. So I was single, and I was obviously meeting a couple of people here and there, but I wasn't really like directing my attention on meeting people, because I was trying to heal, because they said hurt people, so go heal, right? So what did I do? I went into healing. I went to go find myself. I dug deep, eat, pray, love vibes to really find out who Naledi is and what makes her tick. In the midst of doing all that, so So I had hit a big milestone on YouTube, right? And a lot of my friends were like, yeah, shout. A lot of them wanted to come see me. A lot of them were really happy for me. And I know a lot of my friends know how much I've been battling the whole YouTube thing, wanting to give up on it, but they were really like pushing me and edging me and telling me, don't give up, you know, like this is meant for you. So obviously when I hit that milestone, it was a really big thing for me, and a lot of my friends were showing genuine kindness and support, and I fucking love you guys. Do you understand? I can't wait to get as rich as black coffee so that when I go overseas, I invite all my friends, because when I eat, we all eat as friends. So where was I, right? It was the milestone, and then one of my friends, and for story's sake, I'm gonna call her Stephanie. Stephanie calls me up and she's like, hey, listen, I really want to see you. I really want to, like, you know, I've got a gift for you. I really want to see you. I was hoping we can meet up, have lunch, whatever. So me, I say yes, because Stephanie and I don't get to hang out as frequently as we'd like to, but she is really one of my good friends. I know that if honestly anything were to ever happen to me, she's one of the first people I'd call. So Stephanie and I, we decide to go to a restaurant, and Stephanie surprises me, you know, with flowers, and it's so beautiful. So, you know, I'm tearful. It's nice, but it's like, it's just a normal day. Or so I thought. So Stephanie is asking me about all the drama that happened, you know, with K-Arms and everything like that. I'm busy chatting my chat, telling her, "Ay man, yay, that's what happened." You know, I'm going over that's a story time for another day. So I'm telling her the story, right? And then Stephanie tells me, oh shit, someone is actually gonna rock up quickly because she had double booked herself, right? We all just love Stephanie. We all just want to be around Stephanie. We love Stephanie. So Stephanie calls up, for story's sake, I'ma call this nigga Nathan. You know when someone just looks good, but like deep down in your heart you can tell man, like you know when someone just looks innocent but they're not, and Nathan is the perfect name because Nathan sounds very innocent, but nobody really likes a Nathan. Ain't nobody like Nathans out here, right? Stephanie calls up Nathan. Nathan rocks up where we're eating. So it's me and Stephanie, and then Nathan rocks up. Now, in my defense, Your Honor, it had been a while since, you know, it had been, so my eyes were turning every sort of figure into a disconfigured private part, okay? Every time I saw a hot man, I just instantly saw, like, it drew itself, I'm not kidding. Every time I saw a remotely good looking nigga, instantly my mind just went in the gutter, in the dumpster, busha waste, you know, just dustbin, everything. Nathan walked in, and Nathan walked in like literally 10-15 minutes after we sat and after we ordered our food. And as Nathan walks in, I've seen Nathan on Stephanie's social media prior, right? And every time I'm like, Hootie, Stephanie would be like, no. So, and at the time I was in a relationship, so I would just see like, okay, you're kind of cute, but whatever. So Nathan walked in that day and he sat, and the first thing he asked me was about obviously what happened. And I was just like, I'm gonna tell you that if you wanna be my boyfriend. Guys, no, in my defense, you know, I don't understand what the problem is with boys these days. Like, guys, ask me out. Hello, no one was asking me out. In my defense, niggas were niggering, and therefore I was lonely. We were talking about it was just a joke, whatever. And I made a comment, or so he says. I wouldn't know. Niggas lie all the time. But he said I made a comment saying, oh, you should be my boyfriend, right? Which I probably did, guys. Sometimes just things just get a little bit tough. After that lunch, essentially, we got to talk. Like, no, I'm lying. After that lunch, it was the three of us. So it was me, Stephanie, and Nathan. We had lunch, and then I decided that, you know what, I don't want to end it here. I really appreciate you guys doing this. It's really special, but I don't want it to end here. So I suggest we go somewhere else and we just go get some drinks and sundowners. And so now Stephanie's like, yeah, bet. And then Nathan is like, okay, I'm gonna come too. I don't know who invited him though. It was probably me. It was probably me. We decided to move to another place that obviously had hype and drinks and vibes. Okay. So we get to another place which is like down the road. No, it was a bit far off, but it was like not too far off from where we were eating. We get to another place and then Nathan calls up his friend that Stephanie also knows, and for story's sake I'm gonna call him Adam. Yeah. So Nathan calls up Adam. So now it's me, it's Stephanie, it's Nathan, and it's Adam. So we're sitting there, guys, it's the four of us. I'm sitting with Adam and Nathan is sitting with Stephanie. We're having a good time, it's nice, the vibes are on. And now in my mind, the better candidate is Adam. I'm sorry, but in my mind that day my focus redirected. I was just like, the camera went from So when Adam arrived, I sat with Adam, and then look, we were all sitting together, but I sat next to Adam and we were just having a good time, we were laughing, it was funny. And in my mind I was like, Adam's the better candidate. Yep. Adam, it's. And then eventually, I don't know where he slipped up or where I found out, like, I don't know if I found out that day he has a girlfriend, but like we friends zoned each other very soon, very quickly. But that day I was just like, yeah man, yeah, Adam is the better candidate. So while we're having lunch, and like the drinks are flowing, guys. Now the drinks are flowing. It's nice. Naledi is getting very nice. I went to the bathroom, and Nathan had went to the bathroom before me, and I followed him shortly after because now I needed to pee. And whoever knows me knows I've got a weak ass bladder. Like, I've got the worst bladder ever. So I followed Nathan. Well, I didn't follow him. I met him in the bathroom. It was like a unisex. That place, both girls and boys go to one bathroom, and like the stalls, either or. So I walk inside and I walk into the stall and I'm peeing. So one thing about me, like, I squat, so I was holding the walls, and now because things are a bit I was like, and now it's light, the walls are like paper thin. So as soon as I come out, Nathan is washing his hands in the bathroom. Now don't forget, I said both Nathan and Adam, great looking chins, good looking chins. But now the focus and the zoom, the digital zoom, was on Adam. Yeah, so I come out the bathroom, but Nathan was funny. So now Nathan is just going off. I don't know what he was saying to me, and then I just remember him saying something about wanting to, you know, hit my behind, and I was just like, do it. Hey, don't judge me in the comments. I don't give a f. So I was just like, well, shit, if you're trying to feel it, then it's real. It's real. We were making jokes in the bathroom, but the jokes were very borderline, like inappropriate, right? They were like borderline inappropriate, but borderline very, very peachy, parental guidance. Like, you know, kids could watch that and like the parents would not be too, you know. So then after we had our thing in the bathroom, oh, he asked me for my number. Nathan asked me for my number, and I was just like, who's gonna tell him? He asked me for my number, and I was like, no. Like, I didn't want to give him my number. I didn't give him my number in the bathroom. I just said no, and then I went back to the table because my heart was hoping Adam would ask for my number so I could give him my number. But then I was still fine with Nathan, and then Adam said something which led me to kind of pick up that he's got a girlfriend. So I was just like, okay, that's it, that's great, fine. Then Nathan kept aching for my number. Okay. And he's like, so you're not gonna give me your number? I'm just like, no. So then that date ended, and then on my way home, I DM'd him my number on Instagram, because I was wondering, like, why am I not giving Nathan my number? Why? What's the issue? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So on my way home, I decided to DM him on Instagram, and I was like, you know what, actually, there's no reason why I shouldn't give you my number, so here we go. He called me immediately. Look at me. No, I'm kidding. No, that was a bit too vain for my liking. No, shut up. Like, you're not as hot as you think you are, bitch. Relax. But he called me back, and then we were speaking on the phone, and he was just making jokes, whatever. And then he essentially kind of WhatsApped me, and he asked me out on a date. But he didn't ask me out immediately. We just spoke, like, it was very innocent chats the whole time. And then I think a few days later, he asked me, he tried to call me. I was sitting with my dad, and then he asked me out on a date. Fast forward to the date, guys. So now I'm going there thinking, ew. Because now you need to pay attention that I pay attention to what niggas are saying, right? And if all your chats are around jokes and around, like, if you don't have any substance in terms of knowing about what's going on politically and what's going on in the world, that for me is not a turn on, right? Like, you can be a joker, you can be funny, but like, if you're someone who's not well versed in what's going on in terms of our country, whatever, I really don't know whether to take you seriously or not, but I'm probably not gonna do it. And now the thing is, when I had met Nathan, he was like the jokester of the crew. So I was just like, nobody wants to date that guy. If he's not a cheater, then he's definitely the ice boy. And I was just like, the one who's always making jokes, making sure the girls are fed and the girls are, So we went on our date, and the date was pretty okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna say, the first date, I wasn't too impressed, but I had a good time. You know, I had a good time. Because he said some things and I was just like, do you want me or do you want my booty? Because I mean, you can have that too, but you can't have my booty without having my heart. That's the thing, you know? I think I may have judged him too hard on the first date, and I think maybe we were both nervous because he was just trying to be very lighthearted and I was trying to be very in-depth, like, do you have a girlfriend? Where do you stay? Are you working? What's going on? And he was more so on some shit, let me hold something, you know? I'm trying to work on you. Hey, rest. There was a lot of, like, I wouldn't call it a disconnect, but I would call it like a misunderstanding. And like, obviously the first date for me, I took it a lot more seriously than he did. And maybe it's because I came there with the mindset that, oh my God, he's probably just gonna irritate the fuck out of me, but he didn't. The date went well, and he actually did buy me flowers and he gave me, you know, what he gave me. Okay, the date went well. So I was just like, okay, fine, Naledi, don't be too hard. I'm very uptight sometimes, and I have a lot of expectations because I feel like I meet a lot of people's expectations, you know, or I actually exceed them in times. So I would expect the same kind of level of energy. Then I invited him to a car wash date. I was like, you know what, now that you've taken me out on a date, I wasn't too happy with the choice that he picked. I mean, ew. Second date, I invited him to the car wash. Now I was like, now it's time for us to really just get to know each other in our element. And like, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm really not uptight in terms of like the location, whatever. I am a typical woman, so the first date matters. So your first impressions always last, and that's what I was taught. So irrespective of whether you can be very down to earth, accommodating, the first date is normally where you try your best to really make your counterpart or like your partner happy, right? So the second date, I was like, okay, I can see this guy. He's acting like he's acting, but he's a super chill guy, and like he doesn't need like all that above, you know, stuff. So I was like, no, let's go to the car wash, come through, whatever, let's chill. And then the car wash date was actually the one that I enjoyed, because that's where he was so in his element. Like, he was just so relaxed, laid back. It was cool, everything was great, and it just from that second date, I think that's where we kind of like really liked each other, because then we were in different like mindsets. We were in the same mindset. Like it was just having fun, like being friends. And that is where I got to know him better compared to the first one. Because I think the first one, I was asking him questions that he may have felt intimidated. So I can totally understand that. Now, the bad part. So now, we're spending most days together. He's seeing me as frequently as he can. I'm seeing him as frequently as I can. Like, we're having dates, breakfast dates, lunch dates, dinner dates. Everything is just going okay. But me being me, I can obviously tell mannerisms of a man who's cheating. I've been with a man who's cheating for so long that, you know, he had to get another life, another phone, another SIM card. Because, you know, that me, I always see. Right? So I could see the little things that he was doing, man, that was just acting very shady. Like, you know, putting his phone on do not disturb, and, you know, when he's with me, like, I can see or he's very edgy, or like when he take a picture, things like that. But like, I could just see I'm man. And I kept raising it up. I was like, dude, are you seeing anyone? And he was like, me? The only person I'm trying to be seeing is you. I ain't seeing nobody. I belong to you. I'm in love with you. Kimohe. So one day, I don't know where I was coming from that particular day, but I was really hungry. I was actually just having a really weird day at home. I remember I was broke as fuck. I was using like my last money to buy KFC. There was a point where I was just addicted to mash and gravy. That's all I was eating. I was eating chicken licken and I was eating KFC, but I was eating KFC a lot because I don't know what tweet Mallela made about loving KFC. And I was like, that is influence. I'm gonna go get some KFC. I'm craving KFC. I don't like KFC. It's my least favorite takeout. I hate it. But at that point, I was eating it so much. So one day I was broke. I decided to go to KFC, buy myself some food. I remember it was a gloomy day. It was raining. And I don't know if I remember correctly, but he was supposed to come to my house that day. He was supposed to come, or he was supposed to come the next day. I get home, I'm sitting up, he's asking me, baby, what are you doing? I'm like, no. Now bear in mind, by that time now we are fully, okay? We're fully. I was even on some guys, I got a man, you know how Shady got a groove back, So he asked me, no, babe, what are you doing? I'm like, no, I'm just getting ready to eat. And I was so hungry that day because I bought 3-piece, I bought a mini loaf, I bought mash and gravy. Like, I just bought lots of things, man. I was just ready to have a mukbang in my own presence. And just like, as I sit down, I'm going on Twitter, I'm scrolling on Twitter, I'm smoking hub, I'm on my couch. I get a call from an all-time friend. And now this guy, I know him through Jerome. So this guy and I haven't spoken in years. Like, I dated Jerome and then I was in a 4-year relationship. So I did as this guy when I was 19. So this guy, for story's sake, we'll call him Anthony. Your boy Anthony, more Adam. Okay, Adam is the friend, this is Anthony. So Antonio Banderas. I'll call him that. I'll call him Antonio Banderas. No, he likes music. I'll call him Bryson Tiller. No, because this guy used to like singing, guys. I used to call him the Drake back in our time. Bryson calls me. Out of the blue. Bryson calls me. He's like, hey, how you doing? Good. Long time. Hey, how you been? And then he called me once. Oh, he sent me a text. And then I ignored it because I was just like, you know what? He was like, hey, I really need to talk to you about something if you don't mind. There's a friend of mine who wants to talk to you. So automatically I thought it's something to do with promo. It's something to do with helping him in terms of maybe my social media. So I didn't nagger it because I was focused on mash and gravy. I was like, I'll respond to him later. Then 5 minutes after he calls. So now he calls the first time, I look at it. Then he calls the second time, I'm like, okay, something's not right. Anthony wouldn't just call me, Bryson, and we're gonna call him Anthony. Anthony wouldn't just call me. So I'm like, hey Anthony, what's up? He's like, hey, listen, there's a friend of mine who really needs to talk to you. And it's about something. She won't tell me what it is, but it's pretty personal. I'm like, who is this honey? Why does she want to talk to me? Ah, no. And then Anthony's like, she actually tried DMing you on Instagram, but I don't think you got it. So I don't know if you mind, but please, can you go on Instagram and just check and respond to her, please? Like, she really needs to talk to you. She's been trying to get a hold of you. So now my heart is beating. My heart is here. I'm like, fuck. Initially, the first thing I thought of, oh my god, she was dating my ex. She's about to tell me all the other things that he's done, because it was not too long after I released the breakup video. And when I released the breakup video, so many people came out with their own stories about their interaction with that nigga. So it was a lot to take in. It was just a lot, and I don't know mentally and emotionally if I was prepared to hear anything that still had to do with him, because he was still a sore topic for me. That relationship will forever be a very sensitive, you know, very emotional topic that I don't know if I'll ever get the strength to fully divulge. But you can understand that if when I heard that initially, to think of that gent, there was too much trauma behind it. So then I take out a drink. Before I DM, I take out a drink, I drink, and then I send her a DM. I'm like, hey, listen, Anthony got a hold of me. I'll call her Beth. Why am I giving them such ugly Caucasian names? Beth, Bethany. Ew. I gathered the courage and then I called Bethany. Well, I DM'd her on Instagram. I was like, hey, Bethany, Anthony said you really wanted to talk to me. Is everything okay? Do you need any help? And then once I had sent her that message, I started to think maybe it's something else. Maybe she's trying to get my help for someone else that I may be acquainted with, because it just felt too strange. Like, something about it just didn't feel right. And she's like, hey, listen, I really wanted to talk to you. I'm so glad you got back to me. Can I please give you a call? And so I also was like, call? Why can't you just tell me yeah? She's like, no, listen, dude, if it's about your number, like, I'm really not the stalker you think I am. I really need to talk to you, and I really can't talk to you about this over text. Can you please call me then? You can call me with a private number. She was so sweet. Like, she was just, you could tell, like, she was trying not to get under my skin, and at any point she was not being a bitch, she was not being a dick, nothing. So I took a number and I called her with a private number at first. She answers. I'm like, hi Bethany, it's Naledi. You sent me a DM. Are you ready to talk now? She's like, hey, listen, I'm driving. Can I please call you when I get home? She gets home, guys. Well, she said, can I please call you? Or like, yeah. And then eventually I sent her my number. I was just like, okay, here you go. Whenever you get home, it's not really a rush or anything like that. When you get home, just let me know. Or I think she told me she was home and I called her. Either or, I don't remember. Like, I was just in shambles that day. Eventually I got a hold of her and she basically said, hey, Naledi, with all the respect in the world, and you know, love you, love what you do. I just wanted to know, do you know a guy called Nathan? Guys, I had the mesh, and as I was about to put it in my mouth, because I was eating chips while she was talking, while she was like, hey, my name is Bethany, I'm so sorry about how it happened. I was like, that's fine. What's happening? As I was about to put the chicken in my mouth, she's like, do you know a guy called Nathan? So I'm like, yes, I know Nathan. I know Nathan through Stephanie. And she's like, I know that it's not my place to ask, but are you dating Nathan? So initially the hoe in me didn't want to admit that I'm dating Nathan. Not because I would never want to date Nathan in public, but I would never want to date, no, wait. I just wasn't ready to admit that and I don't know what it was, but I know that we were acting like we were dating. So in my mind, we're dating. Pella with Nathan, it was taking me on dates, we were going on group dates, guys, it was nice. She's like, are you dating Nathan? I'm like, why? So the first thing I had to ask was why. And she's like, listen, please, I really need to know. It'll make sense once you tell me. I'm like, okay, hey, listen, I'm dating Nathan. What the fuck is going on? Okay, so she burst into tears, which which really hurt me. Like, I was just shattered. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. It was a mess. And then eventually, when she got her things together, after she came to me woman to woman, she started breaking down the tea. So now Nathan was dating Bethany the whole time. The whole fucking time. I'm like, okay, so this is not a surprise to me, right? I was surprised, not as surprised as I was the last time about Kenneth, right? With Kenneth was a dick, but Kenneth kept me in the loop, right? About this is someone he was seeing, but he definitely softened it and made it seem like it was something it was not. Nathan just outright said, I'm single, I've been waiting for you. Guys, Nathan didn't even hint at a partner. Nathan didn't even hint at nothing. He was like, Naledi, I've been single since I was born. I've been waiting for you to accept my request. That's what the fuck Nathan said to me. At least that's what the fuck he made it seem. So now I'm just like, she's like, no, I've been dating Nathan from this time till this time, and then he started acting weird at this particular point. Now I'm like, oh, because now I realize Nathan started acting weird on the day he met me. Guys, I'm laughing, but it's not okay. Like, I'm just like, I'm going through my photo gallery. I'm trying to find the dates of when I was with Nathan. I'm like, no, what? Yes. Eventually she tells me, and then what does your fave do? Because your fave is full of shit. Your fave is full of shit. And I'm always gonna be full of shit. I ain't true to myself if I ain't true to who I am. So Nathan, I opened a WhatsApp. While she's telling me all this, right? And she's giving me the receipts, guys. It's not like she's telling me and she's giving me the receipts. I'm like, you know what, Bethany, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna confront him. I always believe the woman. Woman to woman, I love it. One of the people that I love on YouTube, and I love her for this, is she's called The Alpha One. I really love how she approaches situations with women. Guys, at the end of the day, you're not gonna just date a guy and then think you found him in Hlahleni. Like, you didn't find him in a tree like he was an apple and just picked him. You got, no, that's the wrong theory. Bathi umuntu umdoba ehlahleni. So you find an apple that's already attached to another tree, and you take an apple and you eat it and you build your own tree. That is the worst analogy I've given you guys, but in our culture, or no, not even our culture, Naledi, no. In where we live in right now, the kind of society I'm in, as women, we've been conditioned, and it's been normalized to believe that don't expect a man to be single, which technically speaking is true. No one is ever really single waiting for the next person, but you would like to be aware of the situation that you're walking into. Now, what made this even worse is that this girl was actually a subscriber to the channel. And how she picked up was with a video of me where I had, I think Nathan's friend was in the video, Adam. And I don't know how she made the whole 1 + 1 = 2, but obviously because she's a subscriber and obviously she knows him and what he's doing, whatever, she obviously added up 1 + 1 = 2. But that was the most worst thing to go through, and it's actually put me off dating for a little bit, because I'm just like, I can't go through this. Like, but anyway, yeah, I opened a WhatsApp group chat and I was like, yeah, we're here. Nathan, what do you have to say about yourself? Who are you dating? Because apparently Nathan was denying. Yeah, no, I don't know. No, babe, she's just friends with Stephanie. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? I just want to say that if there's any of you who can find me a nice, loving man, call me. Because I can't keep being the Taylor Swift of relationships. I can't keep being the one that's making bank off these losers. Someone has to come and finish the game and finish off strong. Like, someone needs to finish off with a wedding ring and say, you know what, I'm taking you off the market right now. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Bethany and I definitely sorted our issues. Eventually Nathan came to his senses and apologized to every party in question. But that's essentially what happened, and that's how I got embroiled in it. Like, every time it's me, guys. It's me. It's me. And you know what? Every time I hear a girl or someone in pain, my initial reaction is to punch that nigga's lights out. Like, I was so mad. Like, there were so many things I said on behalf, like in her defense. Like, how could you? Nah, 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 nah. Because honestly, I had nothing to lose at that point. And you need to understand that you are talking to someone who's trying to build a connection with someone over a period of months, years, and that person brings you into the picture and you want to be that, oh yeah, but he's mine now. Like, there's no need as women for us to be so hostile towards each other. If we learned to be just softer and kinder to each other, we would be able to protect each other better. But I think it's because we're also used to it and we're accustomed to believing my man is my man, I want to fight for him, whatever. And some women are very sneaky and shaky and snaky, like they do those things. But as women, well, what I firmly believe is that as a woman, you're supposed to protect other women. We protect each other, right? So yeah, guys, that's essentially what happened. Eventually, all parties apologized. Everyone was okay. I'm not going to tell you what happened after that. Like, that's a story for another time. Did I end up with him? Did I not end up with him? You know what? That's according to Jesus Christ. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is the end of the story time. Thank you so much to everyone who kept giving me video requests. I know that I obviously have been very slow in terms of upload times, but I will be honest and say that I've been going through a lot emotionally. I've been going through a lot in terms of everything that's been going on in my life, and I've just needed to kind of redirect my focus and find out, like, what is Naledi, who is she, and what does she bring to the YouTube space besides, you know, jokes and entertainment. I know that I've helped a lot of you guys in terms of suffering from depression, and it's been one of the greatest achievements for me. But it's been so hard to do all that and still try to find myself in the process, you know? But I'm good. I'm in a great place. I'm so happy I could tell you guys the story time because I've been wanting to tell you guys. But yeah, guys, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Thank you so much to everyone who supported me. We're finally on the road to 80,000 subscribers. Very soon we'll be on the road to 100,000, 200,000, whatever. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video.